Northern Paiute language, lesson 23. Hanote nime e. Hanote nime e. Hanote nime e. Of which people, from which place are you of? Hanote, which place or which one? Nime, people. E, you. Of which people, from which place are you of? Intending to mean which band of Paiute. Which people are you of? Okay, hanote, we reviewed this. Hanote, of which place are you of? Or which place are you of? We add nime, hanote nime, of which people, of which place are you of? So looking for a little more specific detail to be answered here. Not just asking for a place, but asking for the people of a place. So all these different people within this good Nimuripe, all through Paiute country. We had the places we went over, like Kudzabiguete, Onabiguete, but now we're looking for the people of those places. So the people of those places, or traditional band names, we're just going to go through a list of those. Number one, Kudzarika, Kudzarika, or Kudzabidikare. Pogairika, number two, Pogairika, or Pogairikare. What we want to show here is the deka and the dekare. Deka, dekare. Number three, onareka, or onabi dekare. Four, wiereka, or wierikare. Five, posireka, or posida dekare. Number six, paquideka, or paquidekare. Seven, agaireka, or agairekare. Eight, tabusireka, or tabuzirikare. Nine, kamirika, or kamirikare. 10, toirika, or toirikare. 11, kuyuirika, or kuyuirikare. 12, wararika, or wararikare. 13, kubarika, or kubarikare. 14, kiririka, or kiririkare. 15, waidika, or waidikare. And it can go on and on, getting more and more specific within each respective band's territories. 16, ozarika, or ozabidikare. 17, parizidika, or parizidikare. 18, piagadika, or piagadikare. 19, saidika, or saidikare. 20, totoidika, or totoidikare. These types of titles describe people of certain places, regardless of true diet. So remember that traditionally, these are people of certain and exact locales. Such titles reflect place. All right, we want to talk about the difference between deka and dekare. Deka and dekare. One that eats. They both mean one that eats. So deka is a verb. It means to eat. Deka. So when we say kudzabi deka, or kudzabi deka, it means to eat kudzabi. But now when that syllable gets repeated, deka, kudzabi deka, it means one that eats kudzabi, or a kudzabi eater. And that's usually in reference to the first and second person. So a reminder on that, if you and I are talking, I would be the first person, you would be the second person, and whoever we're talking about would be the third person. And we refer to them as the kudzabidekare, one that eats, but usually in reference to the third person. I say usually because it usually follows this pattern, but not always. And why do some words drop the V at the end? There's a good explanation of that in lesson 16, if you want to go back and check that out. Well, so just a little review, a kudzabidekade versus a kudzadeka. See, the B gets dropped off. Or a onabidekade versus a onadekade or onadeka. Usually those that are literally from the area of Kudzabi, the Mono Lake area, call themselves Kudzadeka. They drop the B, Kudzadeka. Usually those from outside the area of Kudzabi refer to the people of Kudzabi as Kudzabidekade. So if I was living around the Mono Lake area, I would say Ne Kudzadeka generally. But if I'm talking about someone who is from the Mono Lake area, I would call them Kudzabidekade. Kudzabidekade. And the same is understood regarding Onabi, the Antelope Valley, Topaz, Colville area. The locals call themselves Onadeka, Onadeka, salt eaters. And outside people call them Onabidekade, Onabidekade. So if I said I'm from Colville, I would say Ne Onadeka. But if me and you are talking about someone from Colville, we would call them an Onabideka or Onabidekade, Dekade. So just to give us a general idea of how that works. So regarding the V, many plants and natural foods end with a like B or a B or a ba or a P sound. This seems to indicate such a word as being organic-ish, while also identifying the word as being absolutive. That's a grammatical term. Absolutive means an actual physical being or substance. So meaning the noun itself, the noun itself. So like ona means of or relating to salt, ona. But onabi means the actual physical substance of salt, a noun. Onabi is the noun, the physical salt, where ona is just talking about salt. Much the same like with the word toi, toi. It means of or relating to tuli, the bulrush plants. But when you say toib, toib, it means the actual physical tuli itself. Toi, of or relating to tuli. Toib, the actual tuli. So sometimes the V gets dropped off without doing any damage to the meaning. So other examples, we got like sawabi. Sawabi means sagebrush. Sagebrush, the actual plant itself. Sawa, of or relating to sagebrush. So you got sagebrush seeds, buhia. Buhia is seeds. Sawabi, the actual sagebrush plant. Sawabuhia, sagebrush seeds. Same with wiubi. Wiubi is buckbrush, buckberry, the bush itself, wiubi. But the berry is wiupuhia, wiupuhia, wiupuhia. The bush, wiubi, wia of or relating to the bush, puhia, but the berry of the bush. So same with onabi. Onabi is salt, but ona of or relating to salt, onakama, salty, onakama. Yesh, back to the bed we were talking about in the beginning. Hanotenime Hanotenime of which people are you of? Example, I could say number one, Nipozida de ka'a. Nipozida de ka'a, meaning I am of the wild clover eater or Sweetwater area. Two, Nuwiadika'a. Nuwiadika'a means I am of, or I am an acorn eater of Yosemite-ish area. Number three, Nutabuzidika'a. Nutabuzidika'a means I am a grass nut eater from what they call nowadays Mason Valley and even Smith Valley. Number four, Nipogairika'a. Nipogairika'a means I am an eater of sunflower seeds, Bridgeport area. Number five, Niwaidika'a. Niwaidika'a. I am an eater of grass seeds, or I'm from over by 9 Mile Ranch, Fletcher area, or southern Mason Valley. Number six, Ne'agairika'a. Ne'agairika'a means I am a trout eater from the modern day area of Schurz. Number seven, Netoidika'a. Netoidika'a means I am a tule eater from up Stillwater, Big Fallon area up there. Number 8, Nikoyoideka'a. Nikoyoideka'a means I am a black suckerfish eater from Truckee River, Pyramid Lake, Winnemucca Lakes area. Number 9, Niwarareka'a. Niwarareka'a means I am a wara, or I think it's a seepweed seed eater. Warareka'a from around Honey Lake, Susanville. 10, Nikamurika'a. Nikamurika'a means I am a jackrabbit eater, and that's from around Dayton, Carson City, Silver Springs. Number 11, Nikubadika'a. Nikubadika'a, which means I am a prairie dog eater from over by Lovelocks. 12, Nikiridika'a. Nikiridika'a means I'm a groundhog eater from up by Fort Bidwell, Cedarville areas. So to stay in line with authentic cultural context, we do not traditionally say Nipogaidika'a Nimu. That is incorrect. Pogaidika'a Nimu is incorrect. Why? Because if you are a Pogaidika'a, then you are Nimu. You don't have to put, there's no need to further state any more otherwise. Pogaidika'a Nimu in quotations makes it sound like you eat people. This is not culturally accurate, but we see English is kind of creeping into our language more and more. If you're a Pogaidika'a, it's already implied that you're Nimu. You don't have to say Nimu. So Pogaidika'a Nimu is incorrect. Yesh. Hanote Nimu. Hanote Nimu. So which people from which place are you of? So examples, I could say near Joseph Minani'a, Pogaidika'a. Near Joseph Minani'a, Pogaidika'a, which means I am called Joseph. I am a sunflower seed eater. Or I could say something like near Boz Minani'a, Tabuzidika'a. Near Boz Minani'a, Tabuzidika'a, which means I am called Boz and I am from Tabuzi, or I'm a Tabuzi eater from around the Urington area. And so you figure out how to introduce yourself that way. But how do we distinguish between the Hanote'e and the Hanote Nimu'e? So which are you of, which place, and the which people of which place are you? But culturally speaking now, the old ones really didn't so much differentiate on account of being so united. But regardless, it is correct and it does work for us. So we nowadays, since we're English-speaking people, we have to add a little more specifics in there so that we know what we're saying, because English has kind of made it harder on our language. But one is simply used to be more specific, but may be answered very similarly. So just keep in mind in this class, when we say Hanote'e, we're saying which place are you of? We're talking about place. When we say Hanote Nimu'e, we're saying which people from which specific place are you of? So just keep that in mind. End of lesson 23.